One of the things they talk about is reading. And if you read from a lot of different types of people, it's sometimes, I think, really wonderful for students. I know it is for me. And you advocate reading.
I think one of the biggest gift you can give yourself is reading. I read everything and anything. I read books and novels, autobiographies, comic books. I even read the ingredients on the cereal box. And the reason why I read is because reading gives you knowledge, and knowledge gives you power. You see, I want to be able to communicate with anyone at any time about anything, whether it's Black Beat or Newsweek. It's up to us to obtain knowledge so we can go out into the world. For example, I'd like to share this. My black friends, raise your hands. Raise your hands high. High. My black friends. There's nothing wrong with reading Right On. Nothing. It's a good magazine. But on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with reading Forbes or reading Fortune. My white friends, raise your hands. Raise your hands high. There's nothing wrong with reading 17 or People, but there's nothing wrong with reading Jet or reading Black Enterprise. You know, one of the biggest problems we face is knowledge about each other. The biggest problem that we're facing is we're afraid of each other. When you don't have knowledge about someone, you tend to be afraid of it. When I was a little kid, I used to read magazines, and not trying to be funny, I want to know about everybody, whether you're black or white or Indian. That way I can communicate with people. I can express myself to them, and they can express themselves to me without us tangling and fighting and scratching and biting. Do you understand what I'm saying? And through reading, you can gain that knowledge. It's all in books. Even if you don't like, I'll give you an example. Rush Limbaugh, I'm not a big fan of him, but I watch him to understand where he's coming from. And that's what we need to start doing. Start understanding. When you understand something, you won't be afraid of it. Growing up in the projects, I lived in the library. Because one day I wanted to have a house. And not saying it had to be in a white neighborhood, but I just wanted to grow. And through reading, you can grow. So when you do go out into the real world, and when you grow up, you can take care of business. But you can't take care of business if you don't have any knowledge. If you're ignorant, you can't take care of business.